Good morning, welcome to the next podcast of Andy Collier-talks cricket memorabilia. I hope you've had a good week. I hope your bits and pieces have turned up from Knights. That's if you put a bid on, of course. Fortunately, my bits have turned up this week and I'm really pleased with them, I have to say. So without further ado, we'll crack on. There's some other bits and pieces as well that have arrived and I can show you those as well. So without further ado, we'll start with this little trinket box. Nice trinket box there with I can't find the image, but I'm pretty sure it's Blackham and McLaren on there. Nice trinket box inside there. Now I've done a bit of research on it. I'll just show that again. There we are. So it's been well used. There's bits and pieces sort of worn off there where it's been picked up and what have you. So it's been well used. I've done some research on it, and it's transfer printed design on white ceramic, popular in the 1800s. It's a Celtic knot border, which is around the edge there. That's what they're calling it. And Art Nouveau inspired frame, points towards being made 1880 to 1900. The initials HH, which is difficult to see there, I didn't see them to start with, I have to say. HH there. Where are we? The initials HH. Likely to be artist or engraver, possibly Harry Harley, and possibly made by Minton and Wedgwood, because it's a ceramic sort of tile make. It's a tile or a trivet it's made of, so what a trivet is I don't know, but there's all the bits and pieces on there. A nice image on there, a bit of engraving, a bit of painting on there as well. So on the bottom there it's got made in England, so it's just for confusion whether that's actually fairly new or not really, but it's definitely got some age to it because of the wear on the side. So I'm very pleased to have that, and thanks Andy for putting me onto it. It's quite heavy, being a tile and what have you, so I'm assuming that could have been the tile like that, and then these bits and pieces here that they've made inside will go to sort of make up the pattern. So quite pleased with that little ceramic piece there. And now we're going to put that out of the way for a minute, down there. Okay, now bits and pieces that turn up from Knights. I've got a lovely William Caffin signature there. William Caffin, or Surrey, and one of the early tourists go over to Australia and North America. Very nice signature there, I have to say. I'm really pleased to get hold of that. Now William Caffin, he wrote this book, extremely good book if you can get hold of it, I've got to say. 71 not out, and it's a great look back in time and onto the first tours or whatever when he went to Australia. He stayed in Australia at the Albert Club in Melbourne. Then went down to Sydney and started a hairdressing salon with his wife. And he's a very interesting bloke, done a great deal for Australian cricket in that time, improved the monotony. He was saying that his best pupil was Charlie Ballerman. Not a bad name to get on with. So nice book there from William Caffin. Now in the Knights catalogue, it says here in the write-up, which he forgot to put in the post, but he put in the post again. It's got sold with a photocopy of the newspaper report, which appears to be where the signature was obtained. The newspaper article reports on the Jubilee International Cricket held in Melbourne in 1911. A monster smoke night and banquet was held at the Masonic Hall, Melbourne, in which 600 guests attended, including many old international players. It reports in the article that Billy Caffin is the only English survivor from the first match in January 1st, 1862, to attend at the age of 83. So he was actually the first bowler to bowl a ball against Australia, so he's got quite a name to him there. So but anyway, Tim forgot to send them to me on the normal post, and he sent me this lot through here, which is meant to be the photocopy letter, but nowhere in there can I see a mention of a monster banquet. So whether he's left a page out or not, I don't know. It mentions all the bits about 1861 and the tour to Australia, blah blah blah. So what's happened there, I don't know. So I'll just have to get hold of Tim and see if there is a page missing at all. So keep them peeled on that one. So yeah, there's a lovely William Caffin signature there, which I was looking out for, I have to say. So it goes nicely. So that's great. Another thing that's turned up this week was this nice Gillette Cup 1966 medal. The 1966, the umpires there were Sid Buller and Charlie Elliott. So it's either one of those. It doesn't actually got a name on the back, so it's a nice little medal there. So I'll digress on that one. I'll go back to bits that arrived from Knights. There's a lovely photograph here. MCC v South Africa at Lords 1924. 24th to the 26th and 27th of May. A nice photograph there. Captain is FT Mann, who actually was captain in South Africa in 1922. So here we've got Hearn, Hendren, Foster, Kennedy, Wood, Russell, so the back row, Chapman, Fender, Mann, Douglas and Gilligan on the front row. So a nice photograph there from 1924. That goes with my other 1924 one from Edgbaston, as I've shown before, with all the signatures on. Right, I was just another bit here with William Caffin. I've got a nice photograph there of William Caffin, 1912. Sid Gregory, William Caffin and Sam Apted. He retired as the groundsman of Oval in 1912. So nice to get hold of that. And what I don't know at the moment is whether I'm going to put that William Caffin signature in there, or see if I can get a Anderson of Caffin, but I can't seem to get hold of one of those at the moment. That goes with the Caffin there, so very nice too. Now another nice piece has turned up from Knights Auction, which is this lovely item here, which is a signed Osterley. We've got nice watercolour there of the flags of England and Australia. England team down the side there, and the Australian team down the side here. After Australia had annihilated England in 1920, they all came back over on the Osterley to start the next tour, or Australian tour of England, which they won 3-0. And then, believe it or not, after that the Australians went on to South Africa for another 3 test match series, which they won 1-0. And they travelled over there on a Balmoral Castle. So a very long tour indeed there for the Australian team, but really pleased with that. We can see there's a little bit of dirt got in here and a bit of dust or whatever, so I'm just wondering whether I can actually get that cleaned off. And I've seen it on the TV where they just lay a bit of tissue paper on there and all the dust just get drawn off. So I'll see what I can do with that one. So whether it'll work or not, I don't know. I'm not going to put it in the sink or anything like that to do it. But also I've got this one I've had for many years, this lovely one from the 1920 side that went out to Australia. Nicely signed there of the Osterley again. So that's sort of a nice completion. That did complete my ship collection actually, the Osterley there. So anyway, other bits have turned up this week. We have a nice Brighton postcard there. That arrived down there, about 1905, something like that. It's got this dividing line at the back there from 1902. So it's, what make is it? The Star Series. But I was speaking to Roger yesterday and he was telling me about all these old buildings here that were special homes for kids and all that sort of stuff. But obviously now not there anymore. We've got flats over here. This is taken from the pavilion. So it's a nice view there of... don't know what the sides are, but it's obviously Sussex against somebody. So nice postcard there that's arrived this week. Another nice one here was a couple of signatures turning up. There's a nice one here of Ernie McCormick. Ernie McCormick played for Victoria 1929 to 30. 39 at 43 matches, beg your pardon. Toured England in 1938. And on that tour he was described as at the time as the most overrated bowler to tour England. That was in 1938. But it's a nice signature, I've got to say. Very pleased with that. And that was sort of matches up with my nice Ernie McCormick there, which is on the Orontes coming over in 1938. Got signed by Bradman and Chipperfield as well. So that's a nice card there with a nice signature. And good old George Tribe there on Northants, Victoria bowler. He played 13 matches for Victoria, 1945 to 47, and Northants from 51 to 59. Australia 3 test matches 1946-47. He played for the Commonwealth team as well, India, Pakistan and Ceylon. So nice signature there, George Tribe. I'm pleased with that. Now the last thing today is a nice one here with Alec Bedser. I've not seen an Alec V Bedser one before. I've looked through my collection as well, so I can't see an Alec V. It's always AV or Alec. So quite nice to get hold of that. And it's actually 1948. He's written this. Obviously she requested a signature of some kind. And it's 1948. That come out and he sent that to her. But there's a nice one there. Sent it to Valerie Green. We think that name is on there. It's posted 1948, 20th of August. The test match finished in the 18th of August, so it must have still been there and posted it off at that time from the Oval. So it's a nice Kennington stamp, and also an Olympic stamp on there. And that finished on August the 14th, the 1948 Olympic Games. I think it's called the Austerity Games, I think, just after the war. So it's a nice envelope there with a rare signature of Alec V Bedser. So very pleased to get hold of that. So anyway, that's about it for this week. I think next week what I'll do is I'll just do more on the ships and what have you, and just show the ship collection. It's now more or less it is complete more or less from the end of the First World War to the start of the Second World War and beyond. So that'll be an interesting one next week. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, have a good week.